Hello everyone. My last video was talking about rape and speaking out about it and voicing what's taking place. I mean, regardless if you're Christian, whether you're a student, whether you're just a little bitty child, and just trying to get that help and stuff like that. What I didn't get the opportunity to tell you is the retaliation that goes with it. Um, I remember one time being so upset about the rape situation going on with me that I called the sheriff department. I cannot tell you that all officers are good. I'm going to tell you what happened to me. I called the sheriff's department from my laptop and said, look, I am tired of calling you guys and not seeing nothing happen. I am tired of this constantly happening to me. I'm tired of the victimization. I'm tired of all of it. And trust me, I did not use those kind words. I was like very upset. Um, I was like, look, enough is enough. What do you want me to do? You want me to go kill somebody, shoot somebody? You mean to tell me you guys cannot solve this simple problem? Well, not really simple problem, but you don't have any answers. You have years in this and stuff like that. And the next day, at my job, um, being stopped by officers, and the officers pretty much telling me that this has happened to some of their family members or whatever, but it was like disregarded or whatever and stuff like that. How they thought that his mother-in-law was crazy and all of this stuff, and how she was pretty much out of her mind because she was stressing to them she's being raped and they couldn't solve the problem or anything like that. And his wife, her fear of him, you know, pretty much interpreting the same thing. That same officer, a couple of weeks later, I saw them Baker acting individuals in the community, and that's something that started going on and was habitualized here where I live at, where they would falsely Baker act you for no reason at all. That's something that had already happened to me previous before these incidents started occurring, where I was just picked up off my porch and pretty much taken and Baker acted. Um, it was a horrible situation, but these are the targetings that happen when you're standing up for certain things, when you're standing up for what you believe in and stuff like that. I did write the governor, a couple of senators about making a registration for hospitals and mental health hospitals and institutions, just ensuring that every institution and mental health place have a registration so that it can be tracked how long these people were there, and certain issues that were taking place, because these type of targetings are not isolated incidents. And a lot of times when you're speaking out on certain things that are happening in your community, when you're speaking out on rape and you're talking about situations that are happening to you that they know are happening to multiple people, you end up targeted and dealing with retaliation. You end up with your children being removed from you. You end up with people looking at you saying, oh, well, she's crazy, because they have random picks ups of her and stuff. I cannot tell you where one incident that recently happened to me. I completed a court hearing that I shouldn't even had to show up for. But I showed up anyway because if I had to miss any court hearings, it would affect my son, my child. So I made sure that I showed up anyway. And at that court hearing, I had to question whether or not the judge was even capable of even being a judge. And so many different things that took place within that hearing that made that hearing what I would call a circus show that I never seen before. But I will tell you, you will have to deal with some repercussions from voicing what takes place with you as far as rape. Whether it's them calling you crazy, whether it's them saying, oh, well, we don't believe it happened. We believe that you're lying. You're telling them you were raped, even if you have a suspect or you don't have a suspect. They're gonna say that it did not happen. Um, these are fabricated stories, whatever the case may be, whatever they do to cover whoever they choose to cover or whatever. Just remember, they are not the final say. So when you get a no at whatever level, you get a no at your parents or your family member or whoever is watching over you says, look, this didn't happen. Go to the next level. Go to someone outside the home to get that help. I'm not gonna say that it does not come with repercussions because I lost two jobs because of me voicing rape happening in my community, me voicing rape happening with me voicing the injustice that is taking place to somewhat imprison our population or whatever the case may be. Me voicing my vision impairment, the fact that my eyesight was compromised, preventing me from seeing to the best of my ability by whatever device or whatever the case may be. And I know this sounds a little bit crazy. You're like, well, how is this possible that, all of this stuff happened and stuff like that? A lot of technology is sometimes out of our hands. We didn't have access to it. It's on the black market. It's this place. It's that place. You don't have access to that stuff. A lot of people don't talk on the different things that happen in the U.S. or whatever. Different things that happen within the states or whatever the case may be. We always hear it's in a foreign country that women are being raped. It is in a foreign country that women are being forced into prostitution. It is in a foreign country that all of this is happening and it's only happening to foreigners. No, it is happening to U.S. citizens. It's happening to children. It's happening to men. It's happening to women. It is happening to multiple people. And if someone says, okay, well, running is the issue. And when they say run, okay, well, you're running up north, you're running down south, you're running to all of these different places. And I cannot say that these type of things are occurring and they're isolated. These are not isolated events. These are not something that you take lightly. So I will tell you personally, it will come with repercussions for you voicing what's taking place. You may be abused more, but do not stop voicing. Where I say you may be abused more, you may be beaten more, you may be God knows what can happen. I understand a lot of people are young, a lot of people are older. Don't think that because you're older that victimization does not happen to older people. This is something that has happened to people of all ages, and just getting people to speak out on it or to report what's really taking place, what's really happening to women, men, children, and everyone. Not really everyone, but to a select group of people that are being targeted or whatever the case may be. And these epidemics have happened before they stopped or whatever the case may be, but now they're back. It may stop for a little while and then it returns or whatever the case may be. And truth be told, sometimes it never stops. Sometimes you're just made to be somewhat incoherent through medication, drugging, different things like different stuff that tactics that predator would use against you. So my biggest, like I told you, use police reporting. You don't have to call the police. You can actually report some of this stuff online to the FBI, CIA, whoever you have to report it to. You really don't need an officer there to actually make these reports, to actually say, look, a lot is going on. Suspicious incidents, write those up. They always help, whether they want to take them or not.